Okay, the video stopped because this is a longer one. But that's okay. Are we rolling? Are we actually rolling? Yes, we are. Yeah, this is a video I'm making for myself, basically, like I was saying. And, what you want to do is you want to disidentify from your self-hating parts, and you do want to do it in a loving way. I get why Teal really emphasizes that too, because you could tackle it in a way that's trying to push yourself away instead of bring yourself closer. This shit is very difficult. When they tell you self-love practice is difficult, this is what they mean. This is what they mean. I don't even know what day it is, the self-love process. Should I shave off a few days? Because I feel like yesterday really was not. I'll keep it. Because probably everybody does that. I don't know about everybody, but, a number of people. Of course, it's not going to be perfect. And that, ironically, is the most self-loving thing you can do, is to give yourself grace and to recognize that you're going to have days that are messier than others, where you really, maybe you'll have a full day where you're like, fuck this process. It's not working. I'm not going to do it. Because ironically, having those days leads to a big breakthrough day like today. And I absolutely want to commit. I want to commit more than ever, because it feels good to be like, to not feel attached to your self-hate. And it still sucks that it's there. It's like, okay, well, I have work to do. It's like, you can tackle it. That's the thing. I'm glad this video stopped prior. Now I can add on to a whole new one. Because it's not about it's not about doing the process that will make or break your success. It's about how you do it. It's not about doing 365 days of self-love and committing to it. That really matters. Bless me. It's about how you do it. And if you do it in a way that is full of like a lot of ease and a lot of relaxation, and you kind of treat something that's a very heart-wrenching process at many times, very grueling and difficult process. You are facing all of your demons, like every single one of them down the line, one after the next, as they come up, whenever they come up. It's not a matter of if but when you're confronted with your own shadow doing this process. It really makes a difference than what kind of energy you're approaching those demons with. They're not really demons. They're just, well, maybe they are, yes and no. But given the sort of revelation I just had, I don't even want to call them demons. They're just parts of me that I misunderstood. Likely. Like, that's likely all that it is. And God, it feels relieving to not have your nutsack be on fire right now. And it's because I don't feel so victimized by my self-hating parts. Because it's easier to see through that lens. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it fucking amazing? Oh my God, it's fucking amazing. Amazing. I cannot stress this enough. Feeling psychotic. I'm so excited. So excited, people. But yeah, you've got to disidentify and see past that illusion, because it is just an illusion. We identify so strongly with those parts that we're trying to get away from. There was so much resistance to my own self-hate that I got like magnetically sucked back into a self-hating state. And it wasn't until I kind of just let myself rest and let go, like I was talking about in the prior video, the first part of this, where I just sat back and was like, fuck this self-love journey. I'm so sick of it. I'm not getting what I need or what I want, and I just want to kill myself. I'm so suicidal. And once I threw my arms up and put the headphones in, just started scrolling through YouTube and kind of just doing what I would do prior to committing to self-love, bam! It's like all sorts of lenses, either the like desperate parts or the vulnerable parts, everything. I kind of was just like, I was relieved. I was relieved when I stopped trying so hard. This shit really works, people. This shit really works. It is unbelievable. So if you can get yourself to a more rested and neutral space and like start to tackle your self-love journey with a different energy, with a more joyful energy, and an energy that emphasizes joy and or relief. They go hand in hand. Because I'm realizing now, that's how I was able to have that breakthrough. I just let myself rest. And that was relieving. The relief from that rest made the magic happen this morning. And that's when the self-love, that's when the self-hate lens popped right out. And I was like, I realized, oh my God, I'm not my self-hate. I was identifying too strongly with it because I was trying to push it away. Whatever you resist persists. And that's like one of the worst, most damaging examples of that. I was like, I love myself, and meanwhile the self-hate lens kept growing and growing and growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and I was like, I'm damned to hate myself forever, I think. That's why it's important to kind of to neutralize those heavy feelings. It's so important to make it a practice to handle this in a really easeful way, to handle this process with a lot of ease and take a more relaxed approach. You still want to take actions, but you want to do it in a more, like, make it exciting. It's exciting now to be able to have this tool, another tool on the tool belt, and see that, I'm not my self-hate. Brothers and sisters, associates of the self-love gangster movement, you are not your self-hate. You are not your self-hate. Isn't that something? I'm not my self-hate either. So what's that going to look like going forward? It's going to look like recognizing that I need to get more practice disidentifying with any one of my parts, but in particular the parts of me that hate myself. Because I actually today realize, oh man, you have no idea how relieving that is. Like, I am a neutral middle point, actually. And the self-hate is just another part. It isn't actually me. I hope you're able to recognize the significance of a moment like this. Because it means, all that agony, all that self-hating speak, and all the self-sabotage, it's not really sabotage, those parts. If you're a fan of Teal Swan, she talks about how they're doing it for your best interest, or what they think is your best interest, because we had to use a lot of these self-hating ways of communicating to ourselves and behaving towards ourselves as a way to survive our childhood. And so basically these are just, this lens, the self-hating lens, is just a ripple from the past. from your childhood. That's it. It's not actually you. It's not, you're not damned forever to be trapped by that. You got to find your neutral middle and see that, oh, it's just a lens. I keep doing this out in public and I'm getting probably strange looks. That's okay. Yeah, but find your neutral middle. Try to see outside of yourself. Try to practice disidentification in a loving way. That's my homework for myself. I am still committed to the self-love journey, albeit now I'm going to certainly need to handle this in a much more careful way, and do this process with more of an emphasis on ease, taking a less tense approach, I need to deal with my resistance first, and part of that is just getting better at letting go, getting better at detaching and disidentifying from those self-hating parts. I hope that makes sense to you. Is there anything else I wanted to add to this? I need to get to a more neutral place and always deal with the resistance before you do anything else. It is critical. It is virtually impossible to make any substantial progress towards loving yourself without dealing with the resistance first. And this was a big lesson in that this morning. You are not your parts, and self-hate is just a part. Your pain, you aren't your pain. That's what I wanted to add. It was so painful trying to tackle this from the perspective of, well, I just hate myself, and if I don't hurry up and just try to rush to make self-loving choices, my self-hate is going to eat me up. But the actual reality is, it's no, your self-hate is just also another part, right? Your pain points are there's a pain body in there. You aren't your pain. I'm not my pain. I'm not my hate. All of these things, they're not actually me. And I need to explore more of that. But I guess that will be for another video on another day. And in the meantime, self-love gangsta. Eat your vegetables. Eat your fruits. Don't get into too much dumb shit. Because there's a lot of dumb shit happening out in the world right now. And you don't need to be any part of that. Okay, peace, bitches.